This trailer is basically forever. Its service life is unlimited. Honestly, when I came in here, I was blown away. A waterfall, right? Have you ever seen anything like this anywhere? Can you believe someone came up with this? NoBo, no bangers. It translates as no barriers, no borders. And that's really true. Look at the huge ground clearance it has. It's almost up to my waist. This trailer has a badge like this, NoBo Cold Weather Pocket. This is a winter trailer. This is the coolest kitchen I've ever seen. The frame is chromed aluminum, not wood. Hello, this is Caravan RV Travel. My name is Constantine. In America, there are two brands that make off-road trailers and have been competing with each other for over 50 years. They are NoBo and Winnebago. This is the NoBo trailer, the Forest River NoBo. It's a work of art. Last year when I visited the exhibition, I couldn't figure out what else could be added to make it the perfect trailer. Well, it seemed like it had everything. But when they brought the NoBo 19.4, the 2026 model, I went inside and was simply amazed. There's still so much more that can be done. Human ingenuity in this area is truly limitless. So let's go inside and take a look. Oh, I forgot to mention, this trailer is perfect for two people. So if you're traveling as a couple and want to bring kids along, say a family with 2 adults and 2 children, or maybe grandparents who sometimes take their grandchildren, this trailer is just right for you. Let's go. The first thing that catches your eye is that they've changed the color scheme. They moved away from gray and black and went with this brown color. Here's this leather sofa. 2 children can fit here. Let me unfold it now. So either 2 children of the same gender or 1 child. In short, it's for kids. Actually, this is a lounge area. So the idea is that there's a table here. It comes with the set. And so when we have lunch, dinner, or just relax, we watch TV and chat with people. In this spot you can also install theater seats. But I prefer the sofa because you can bring your grandkids along. Well, probably because I have little grandkids myself. It would be great to travel with them. Plus in this configuration it's a sofa bed, not a theater seat, specifically a sofa bed. There is storage space underneath here. Here they are. See, you can put things like skewers in here. Well, really, anything your heart desires. Then in addition, there are shelves here where you can store some things. Right in this lounge area, this is a slider. A slider is a retractable wall. You can also open this up and make this area panoramic. So these kinds of windows. There's one huge one here and 2 on the sides. The kitchen. This is the coolest kitchen of all the ones that I've seen. And it even won the title of Kitchen of the Year at one of the exhibitions. Look, there are these kinds of stands. You can arrange the dishes in the sink like this, which makes it more convenient when it comes time to wash them. The idea is that as you rinse off the plates and utensils, food scraps and leftovers will get caught in this section, so that larger pieces like vegetable peels or bits of bread do not end up in the grey water tank. This helps prevent clogs and makes it easier to clean and maintain the tank, keeping your dishwashing process smooth and efficient. That's probably exactly why these shelves were made. Plus, it's just convenient for washing. Now, look at the innovations they've come up with. A waterfall, right? Have you ever seen anything like this anywhere? Who would have thought of that, huh? For washing hands, dishes, I don't even know what else, but here it is. Alright, let's put this bracket in now. Just like that. There, and let's turn it on. Wow, that's a powerful pump. And let's turn it on. Look, it's convenient for washing dishes. See how great that is? So what if we turn it this way? Now we can take it out. And look, oh, what a screen, amazing. Like the sucrose pyramid, what's it called? Alright, look at that screen, incredible. They made such a pattern. How did they even manage to do that? Amazing? Unbelievable. And here's another kind of powerful screen. There's just everything here. Incredible. Look at this thing. Watch. If we put a glass here and then... So you press it and then twist it, and you get this kind of device for washing glasses. The kitchen has become green and they are gray. So here there's a microwave, a kitchen hood, and a 2-burner stove. But the trailer only has 2 sleeping places. Why would we take up more kitchen space with a 3rd burner? two are enough. Many people don't use the oven, so the engineers decided that instead of an oven, it's better to have storage space here. And they probably weren't wrong. In almost all American RVs, all the main beds have two walkways, one on the left and one on the right. But why is that? If the bed is a French bed, meaning it's pushed up against the wall, then the person sleeping by the wall has to climb over their partner. And that's not always a good thing. In this regard, of course, it's much more convenient here. Previously, in all trailers, there was storage space here under the bed. And to get to it, you had to lift this thing up like this. Now look at what they've done. They've divided this underbed storage space into 3 compartments. The first compartment is the one you can access from outside the trailer. The second compartment is the one you can access from inside. By lifting this lid, there we place the battery and the inverter. And the third storage space is these pull-out cabinets. In general, there are a huge number of various small and large cabinets here. Just look how many there are. Let's count them. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. In short, a ton of them. There are a lot of them. The overall dimensions of this trailer. The length of this trailer is 7.36 meters. The width is 2.27 meters. And the height is 3.27 meters. The maximum permitted weight, that's the weight including cargo and liquids, is 2,454 kilograms. All the tanks, the gray tank, the black tank, and the fresh water tank are 113 liters each, but the fresh water tank can be expanded. You know, sometimes it's amusing to watch. For example, some German off-road motorhome like a B-Mobile that costs around 300,000 euros. And in this super expensive off-road vehicle, there's a tiny fridge, even though the motorhome sleeps 5 or 6 people. So a tiny fridge where you can only fit about 2 kilograms of sausage. Come on guys, if you've built an off-road motorhome, then put in a big fridge. If someone ends up in the middle of nowhere, where are they supposed to find a supermarket? In this trailer, and really in all American trailers, the fridges are huge. That's how it should be. But really, if you're planning to go very, very far, somewhere off-road, hunting, fishing, where you can't just quickly run out for groceries and back, you need to have a large supply of food. And Americans always have big fridges, not because they're so fat, but because they're smart. Next, some new high-tech. In my trailer, I use a robot vacuum cleaner that turns on several times a day, washes, cleans, and so on. Well, here they've installed what's called a built-in vacuum cleaner. You connect a hose here, there's a bag, and with the hose you can vacuum the entire trailer. Moreover, let's say someone stops to use the bathroom on the road. So you stop, but you're not going to take your shoes off, right? And usually, oh, I almost forgot, another feature of this trailer is that the entrance door is right next to the bathroom. So you don't have to walk through the whole trailer just to use the bathroom. So if you use the bathroom at rest stops, it's always dirty here. And with a broom, you can sweep this dirt right here, and it gets sucked into this very bag. Can you imagine how clever that is? They did a great job. Moving on. A huge, spacious bathroom with a very large closet. Take a look. There's a wardrobe here too. There's also space for some laundry, towels, or other things. There's the toilet. Here's some more storage space. Next, the shower. Just look at how huge it is. The shower in this trailer is simply enormous. So spacious that you could easily shower together with another person without feeling cramped. And perhaps the most interesting thing about the bathroom area is this incredibly sturdy, well-constructed door. A very solid door that completely closes off and separates the bathroom from the rest of the living space, ensuring privacy. There's also a cabinet designed for storing your toiletries and other bathroom essentials, as well as a modern sink for washing up. In general, it's clear that the manufacturer didn't cut any corners or compromise on quality when designing this trailer. They really did everything here to a high standard. For example, the kitchen is considered the best in its class, having won first prize at every major exhibition. There's also a built-in vacuum cleaner for easy cleaning, a large 12-volt compressor refrigerator for keeping your food and drinks cold, and by the way, the air conditioner is extremely powerful. These are the same air conditioning units installed in huge motorhomes and RVs. There's also a 12-volt television. Now, you might be wondering, why 12 volts? Well, that's a special feature of this TV. As an experienced caravaner, let me explain. All so-called 12-volt TVs don't actually receive a full 12 volts. They often get only 11 volts, or even as little as 9 volts, because the battery naturally discharges. And if, for example, you haven't turned on the generator and you don't have access to external electricity, as the battery discharges, you're not getting a full 12 volts, but rather 11, 8 or 9 volts. So these special Caravan TVs are designed not to turn off when the voltage drops, but all the other regular 12 volt TVs, the ones you can buy at any electronic store like Video, DNS and so on, will automatically shut off. When the voltage drops below 12 volts, the sound system fails and the TV stops working properly. I struggled with this so much until I installed this kind of American TV for myself. That's why here there's a proper American 12 volt TV. Now let's go outside. There's a lot of interesting stuff out there too. Look, this trailer has this kind of badge, NoBo cold weather pocket. This is a winter trailer. Why is it a winter trailer? Basically, all American trailers are made for winter. Well, the most important thing is that its walls are made of composite material. This is the material airplanes are made from. It has airplane wings. This material has very low thermal conductivity and very low sound conductivity. In other words, it lets through very little sound and lets through very little heat. But that's not even the main point. Oh, and by the way, its roof is rubberized. When it rains, you can barely hear it inside. Take a look at its undercarriage. You know, I was at an exhibition in China, and it was quite amusing to see the Chinese call their motorhome or trailer super winterized. I was inspecting the underside of this trailer and they were telling me, you know, if you press a button inside, everything gets heated up. But I saw 2 or 3 pipes coming out of this tank and going deeper into the trailer. In other words, black and gray water flowed through these pipes. And they weren't heated in any way. You know, you can make boiling water in this tank, but the pipe that comes out of the tank always freezes. No matter what you do, it will always freeze. Even if you heat the water inside this tank to boiling. Are there any such pipes anywhere here? Nowhere. All the liquids are insulated with polypropylene, and inside there's a thermal cushion. In other words, corrugated hoses run between these tanks, carrying warm air. This trailer is truly winterized, genuinely made for winter. Next, independent suspension. Well, honestly, that's a debatable thing. I think it's not really worth chasing after. Basically, we don't transport people. Independent suspension is needed so that the trailer doesn't get tossed left and right on bumps. That is so that, I don't know, God forbid the fridge door opens or things fall out of your cabinets. That's really what it's for. That's its main function. NoBo, no bangers. It translates as no barriers, no borders. And that's really true. Just look at how much ground clearance it has. It's almost up to my waist. And its slopes are shaped like triangles. So here they get even higher. Look, it's got massive ground clearance. Now let's see what kind of clearance the Hobby has, the Hobby trailer. This is a European trailer. It's laughable, it's like kindergarten. It's a toy. Where are you going to go with it? Maybe just the Warsaw-Berlin Autobahn. There, it'll drive just fine. But look at this one, it's so huge. It'll go anywhere your tow vehicle can go. There, I don't know, you could hitch it to a tractor and just go, I don't know, really far away. This is also an American trailer. But this isn't a NoBo. It's a big trailer, but its clearance, is only up to your knee. And here it's up to your waist. This trailer has an awning that's equipped with an electric motor. It opens and closes automatically. So why can Americans install these kinds of awnings? Because its base is made of aluminum, not wood. Whereas European trailers have bases made of wood, so they can't install these things, they just wouldn't hold up. The frame is also aluminum, not wooden. That's also very important. Over time, it won't break, sag, bend, or have any issues at all. This trailer is basically forever. Its service life is unlimited. To connect the trailer to the tow vehicle, there is this specifically designed kind of electric screw nut mechanism. It's very easy to dock the trailer. Next, these are the gas cylinders. With this device, we can quickly cut off power to the trailer. If I turn it 90 degrees counterclockwise, I disconnect the trailer. Instead of filling water by overflow, if you do not have city water, if you do have city water, here is the city water connector. You can connect water to the trailer so that your entire plumbing system is under pressure. There is an external shower. This is a cable for connecting satellite TV, but that is not really relevant these days. So this is the cable for connecting electricity. Our service center made this spot for the onboard generator. You can install the onboard generator here. It's best to buy a button so that you can start it right away with a press. And you'll always have electricity. Thanks to these composite walls, you can hardly hear it at all. Everything that I truly wanted to tell you about this trailer, about the OBA 19-4, I have now shared. Honestly, when I first came in here, I was genuinely amazed. I honestly did not even expect to see these impressive innovations and thoughtful improvements that they've made in the 2026 model year trailers.
Caravanning is above all a tool for visiting interesting places. The Library of Congress of the USA, and got to know not only New York, Niagara Falls, Washington, Atlanta, the birthplace of Disneyland in Orlando, the Kennedy Space Center, relaxed in Miami, and we managed to do all this relatively easily in 3 weeks, which is practically impossible if you use hotels and a regular car. But we also got acquainted with the world's most advanced technologies in the field of motorhomes and travel trailers. This is the Type 3 motorhome offered for rent, or you can travel here with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people. 6 people? Our company invites you on an incredibly interesting journey across the USA in motorhomes. You won't just see what others have seen like in a travel cloud. You'll see for yourself what you'll experience next year. The itinerary for this trip is on the website. Guys, we're in a state of suspended animation. Right here, this is one of the best beach spots in the world. Right now, they're parking us. Look, each and every spot has this kind of view. These motorhomes are true masterpieces. Every motorhome, every trailer is a work of art. We're caravanning. Here are all our motorhomes. Well, 2 are missing. 2 are out driving somewhere. If you take a picture of each trailer, you get a real still life that you could hang on the wall. And let me warn you right away, if you're not joining us on our tour of the East Coast of the USA, that is, if you're not coming with us and there are children nearby, please have them leave the room and absolutely do not let them watch this segment. Otherwise, you'll start having problems like, Dad, I want to go to Orlando. We will be staying at the Creek Fire Campground. It's approximately 20 minutes from downtown Savannah. Most of us are still in shock from what we've seen.